Hello, all you wonderful souls. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to work with Maremi's new book, Spring Stories. And I'm going to cut out some images that I want to use. And it's going to be from the first page. And I want to use the bee's hive, the big one. Then there's a little bit of the bees and then the cute girl in the corner, so I'll be cutting them out and use them. I really like the beehive. The honey is dripping down, so it's gonna look very nice. So first of all, let me cut out all the pieces that I want. Turning my book to make it handier for myself, so I don't have to cut out everything, just the images that I want to use. So now I've turned the book. It's easier for me to cut out what I want to use. And then I'm thinking, first of all, to look for a page. I want to use the craft paper, so I'm looking for the first available page. I've glued 2 pages together to make it more sturdy. And I put the girl there, but I found that the page is a little bit bigger than I thought in my mind, so I want to cut out something else with it. And I like the door that you are seeing there that I pointed at, so I'm gonna cut that one also out, the book. And I'm not really careful because I'm still gonna tear the paper. So I'm just cutting it with a white paper. So I'm gonna put the door in the corner, then the girl in the other corner. So I've fuzzy cut everything. There's some parts you can see where the flowers are and little things. So from down under here I've cut, and from up I just tore the paper. Same thing here. And the same thing with the bees. Some of the bees I've cut the wings out and tore the rest off, like this one. And some of the bees I just tore all the way around it. Just tore the paper off. And then the bee's hive I've gotten all the way out. So I'm gonna show you how simple it is. You just start tearing. I put my thumb, and then from there on I tear the paper. So I'm thinking how I want to place everything. But I'm first gonna place the door, and taking my gesso, white gesso from the Dutch Troubadour, and with a big brush I'm just dry brushing the paint on. I don't want it neatly, as you can see, because the edges I still want the craft paper to show out from under the paint. So I'm just putting a thin layer. Later I can always add where it's needed. So now I've done that, I'm gonna glue my door down, and Dodge Doobadoo got a new glue. It's a furnish glue. It's not matte, but it's new, and I want to it's water based. It's a varnish glue, so it's both usable for varnishing and gluing. So I want to see if I use this one, if it's gonna do the same thing like my gesso and the mud gel medium. It's my first time using it, so I'm making sure now that the glue is all over the place, and I'm placing the door now, and I'm making sure that all where I tore my paper that it is on the white. And you saw me putting too much glue, so all the glue that is coming from under out, I'm also putting it on top of the image. Taking a baby wipe to clean my fingers, because it's also with glue, so it's sticky on my finger. So the beehive, I want it on the left side and the girl on the right side, and I'm thinking I should have done it the other way around. I'm trying to check if I can take the paper off, but it's tearing, so I put it back. So I just have to work with what I've got the other way around. But it would have been a little bit nicer, I think, if she would have been on that side and the door on the right side. But it doesn't matter. Sometimes we make mistakes. So this is the way I'm going to glue it down now. The beehive, I don't mind if the under part is in the craft paper color, because I'm gonna still shade there a little bit later, and because this is the only one that doesn't have white around it, it doesn't matter where it goes. So I'm really putting it a little bit more down. And then also the glue that is coming from underneath the paper, I'm spreading it on top. So same thing for the girl, too much of the glue, of the varnish, so I'm spreading it out with my finger, and I'm spreading it out on the space where I want to glue the girl, so that the glue is already there. And then the rest that is coming out from underneath, I'm also going to put on top of the girl, so that all my papers are sealed. You can do it with anything you want. I'm just using my fingers because it's easier, and I don't get lines most of the time when I use my my paint brushes, and especially the ones that I use for glue. They've gotten hard. I can't get them softer anymore, so then you will always see a little bit of the lines, and when you spread it with your finger, you will see less lines. or you need to take a new brush. I ruined that one also, because once you've used the glue with your paint brushes, you cannot really use it anymore for painting. You've ruined them already. So I use them for gel medium and glue and all that kind of stuff, because the hair, even this synthetic hair, it gets hard no matter how good you wash the brush out. So now the same thing for the bees. I want the bees all over on top, so I'm putting my glue and I'm putting it down. Then all the glue again that is coming out from underneath the image, I'm putting it on top. And the way I'm looking at it and feeling it is a good glue. So it's also sealing my my page and my images. So the big one is going over there, and same thing again, the glue that is coming from underneath, I'm putting it on top of the bee. And this is going to be a very easy page, because Martha's images are beautiful on its own, so they don't really always need much depending on what you are doing. And because I put the white under, you can see the images blend in well, and it's also giving at least that's what I think, a lovely effect on the craft paper, because some of the color, the brown color, is still coming out from underneath, so you still see little parts from it shining through. The two images there, I don't want to use them anymore. I think is enough. Try to see if I want it there or somewhere else, but I don't like where it is now, so I'm moving it down by the hive, by the beehive. And there's also half on the white and half on the craft paper glued down. Cleaning the tip from my glue and checking everything. I'm going over it with my baby wipe to see if it's really sealed and if I like it. And I really do like it, so now I'm taking my gesso again, and I'm gonna blend in the images more. So all the edges, I'm giving it a little bit of paint. Just putting the paintbrush on top. I'm spreading the paint out. And if I go too much over my papers, I'm going over with my finger or with the baby wipe to take off what is not needed, so that you can still see all the legs and everything. Same thing for the flowers. Just going over it with my finger, and it gives a little bit of extra texture. So now I'm taking the blob of gesso that fell from my paintbrush, and I'm just putting it on the next part of the paper where I need to blend it in. So I will just let you watch this part because it's the same for everything from the papers. Just blending in more and hiding the edges. So once I think I'm done, then I'm just cleaning off my brush, putting it into the water. And where I cut the bee's hive, you can see there's they splatter there. But yeah, I cannot cut out all the splatters. So I'm gonna try to replicate it, but first of all I have to dry off the page, so that's what I'm going to do now, real quick, because the paint is not that too thick, so it will dry fast. And you can see once it's dried that is really blended in the paper, and that you almost don't see the edges anymore. I see a little part that has to be glued down, so I'm gluing it real good down, because if it's loose it's gonna tear off, and it is one from the leg from the beehive, and I don't want it to tear off, so I'm gluing it back. I'm sorry, but I had to take my refill, this distress oxides, because I want to splatter, and I like working with the refills. So I'm just taking a few colors, shaking them well, so that all the color that is down in the bottle is divided all over the bottle, and then I'm putting just a little drip there. And I'm having 4 colors. Let me check, because the first one is a grayish one, and it is pumice stone, So you just see, you only need a little bit. Then I'm taking my fan brush and I'm wetting it, and then I'm just splattering. I'm covering the girl because I don't want it on top of the girl. And then the second color I'm using is the crushed olive. Also just one little drop. And I'm rinsing my brush, my fan brush, and splattering it also. And I'm just covering the brush, not the rest of the things, just the brush, the girl, I'm sorry, the girl. Then the two pink ones that I'm using, spun sugar and tattered rose. Tattered rose is a little bit, it's pinky, but a little bit more orangey inside. So I'm also splattering that, and you know, when you are splattering, it's all over the place. So my whole desk is full with all the splatters. So I'm cleaning my desk. So that all the color is away, and then I'm taking my heat gun and drying it. And then once it's dried, I realize I'm missing a little bit of yellow because there's yellow in my flowers, yellow from the honey, from the beehive, and there's even yellow flowers on the girl and the shoes. So I'm taking my fossilized amber and splattering it around a little bit more than the rest because I want the spring coming back to life in this drawing. And once I've done that, I'm cleaning up again, then drying it, and then I'm going back to my Spring Stories book because I want a nice text there, or a quote or something, because that is what I'm missing. It doesn't always need a quote, but I like quotes in my images. And I'm also gonna color a little bit with my brushes. So I'm reaching out for my Ecoline brush pens, and this is the 390. It's a pink color. It's a pastel rose color. That's what it's called. Pastel rose 390. And then I'm taking my yellow. Uh, 205 lemon yellow. Also on the bees and the hive, the shoe, the flowers a little bit. They're all very light colors, but doesn't need much. The girl itself also, the colors are light, so. And then I'm using my 374, and it's pink beige. Once I've used those ones, because it's a thin layer, so I don't have to dry it anymore. This is dried already. So I'm going to look for a text now in my book. I know there was one page, but I'm not sure if there was another page, so I'm just checking if I'm not missing any other text, which I'm not. So I'm going back to that page again, and I'm gonna cut out a quote that I like. I'm just cutting around it. And once it is cut out, I'm still gonna fuzzy cut around and break it up in parts. But first I'm cutting real close to the text. I don't want a big line around it, so I'm cutting real close to the text. And once I've fuzzy cut around my text, I'm gonna break the text up so I can use parts of them to glue down. And it says, spring is the music of open windows, buzzing bees, and rustling leaves. A very beautiful text, I think, quote. So I'm gonna do the same thing like I did with the images. Once I've gotten them, I'm gonna use the varnish glue to glue them down. And I'm just putting a line, and then I'm dropping them where I want them. Then I'm pushing them down with my fingers, and the glue, like before with the images, everything that is coming out underneath, I'm putting it on top of the quote so that it's also sealed. And some of the oxide inks is gonna react because I didn't seal it, and so that yellowish, because that is the closest by color that is there, that is splattered, is going over my text also, but I don't mind because it gives it a little bit of a yellowish color, and it blends in more than. Once I'm satisfied with the placement, I'm gonna dry it off. And then I'm gonna take my Stabilo All brown pencil, and then I'm going to shade a little bit. First of all, I want to ground the girl more and the beehive. I'm taking a water brush and then spreading that color out so that it is not too vivid. Just want a little bit of shade, not much. So spreading it out now with my water brush, tapping with my finger if it's too much color. You can also tap the brush off on any paper or cloth that you have close by, nearby. My own was the baby wipe, so I'm just taking off all the extra color, because I don't want a very dark shadow. I just want a very light shadow. And this water brush has a very sharp point, which helps me to really push the color under in. And the beads between the leg and the body, I'm also putting a little bit of the brown. And I'm just turning my page. It helps me spread the paint better than when I'm just in one position. It makes me help to spread out the paint or the watercolor, because it's a watercolor. It helps me to spread it out more, and I can see better, and I can really push it into the edge, which I like. And all the excess, you can take it away again. So a little bit more for the under the beehive. And then under by the steps from the door, also a little bit of brown color. It doesn't need much more. So please let me know under in the comments if you like longer videos or the short videos. Which ones you prefer, the longer ones like this or the shorter ones like I did before, so that I can make more. So my page is done. Thank you for being here with me. I do hope you will like, subscribe and share my video, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.